We are in business. Good morning, good morning. My name is Sivonnia DeBarros. I am here this morning with Mr. Darren Wiliams, the COO of Arisalon Media. Today we're going to be talking about brand maintenance and legacy building during a national crisis. Right, legacy. So part of our presentation is on legacy building because, and Darren, you can interject in this. So one of the things that you and I had talked about is when you're building a brand, you're pretty much building your legacy as well.
Absolutely.
You know, and a lot of people don't see those things as going hand in hand together. A lot of people don't even know that they're creating a brand. Remember, I shared the story with you. I said, understanding my brand is something that's been a little new for me in the recent years here. But before that, it was just creating a business. But when you create a business, you also create a brand. How you want that brand to look, it depends on you, right? And so when we create that brand, and even in times of a crisis, while we're trying to maintain our brand, that also flows into what type of legacy we want to leave here in this world. So what's your take on legacy building, just in general and in time of crisis?
Right. So legacy is just I think it's a grander view of what your brand is. How do you essentially want to establish your brand throughout the time that you're able to control it? And once you take your hands off of it, are you satisfied, proud of how you're leaving it, and how is it going to continue past there, right? So essentially when you're building your brand, it's a first impression. Obviously, you know how important a first impression is on anybody or anything. So your brand is a first impression for you if you're not able to make it for yourself.
Right.
And when you're moving forward with a legacy, you want that first impression to be a lasting impression. You want that to be how the business or the brand, however it may be structured, to live on without you continually have to shape it, mold it, continue to change it, strengthen it, and reshape it, however that may be, without you having to have your hand or your thumb on the pulse at all time and making sure that if something were to go awry, what am I going to have to do in order to change that? You want to be able to be rest assured that that's not going to be the case. You want to know you essentially put everything along the way, piece by piece, into place, how you see it as being its best form.
Right. Absolutely. Well said. And part of that, going back to when things go awry, from a legal perspective, making sure that you have a succession plan in place is very, very crucial. And so some people may ask, what is a succession plan? So what I like to call it is a business succession plan. You should have an emergency one and you should have a general one. The general notion of it is basically an estate plan, but for your business. And what a succession plan does is it puts certain people who are in certain positions, you notify who it is that you want to take control over what particular job, right? There are passwords that you may have to a certain program or software that you use to run your business. If something happens to the owner of the business, or they want to sell it, or a national crisis occurred like here now, and say this business owner is hospitalized, how is that legacy going to live on if no one knows what to do with your business? They don't know how to get into your software. They don't know who's supposed to run what department. Is going to cripple the legacy that you want to leave. And so if you don't take anything away from this webinar today, definitely take away the fact that if you want your brand to survive through your legacy, you need to implement a business succession plan. It doesn't have to be elaborate. You can start off with an emergency one, just making sure that you know who you can trust to run your business smoothly. You know who will get the job done. You know who will maintain your business authenticity. you know who will implement quality control in times of crisis or in times of, scaling up or meeting customer needs. You need to have that succession plan in place. And like I said, it's just basically an estate plan for your business. Darren, do you have anything to add to that?
I think you basically hit it all on the nose. I feel like once that's already been established, you want to be able to entrust what you built with people that you trust, right? So
Correct.
It's as simple as that. And as long as they side with the mission and they know exactly what they need to do and their involvement is, and they also have that emotional investment in what it is that they're doing, that they're a part of something bigger, then it's in shape.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.